Hello and good evening, everybody. Welcome to Heater Newman Gymnasium on the campus of Grants Pass High School in beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon, where tonight we get ready for another Southwest Conference clash as the Roseburg Indians take on the Grants Pass Cavemen here on this Tuesday evening. Welcome you in for the broadcast. Great to have you with us here on this Tuesday night from the Rogue Valley as we get ready for the Cavemen and the Indians squaring off tonight in Southwest Conference play. Two teams that had some of the better records in the conference in non-conference play. Roseburg obviously getting up there a bit, and so did Grants Pass in conference play. Roseburg comes in at 2-1, where Grants Pass is 2-2. These two teams trying to keep some momentum going, coming off of wins in their last game. Roseburg has won 2 straight. For Grants Pass, they won their last one at South Eugene on Friday night. So we'll see how this one plays out tonight between two teams that are going to see which one can impose their will on this game. It's two teams that play somewhat different styles of basketball. Roseburg wants to get up and down the floor. Grants Pass wants to slow it down and play a more controlled defense type of game. We'll see how this one plays out tonight, see if Roseburg can run them up and down the floor or if Grants Pass can slow down the attack from the Tribe. It'll be interesting. Last time we were here, this matchup was a good one. Roseburg came back from a couple of decent deficits, including an 8-point deficit in the fourth quarter, had a chance to try and tie the game in the closing seconds, and they were unable to get it here at what is usually a very rowdy Heater Newman Gymnasium. So stay tuned, folks. We've got plenty coming up for you in store here on tonight's broadcast of Roseburg High Sports on The Score. I want to remind everybody tonight's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. You can head there and watch Roseburg High Sports all throughout the high school season. You can also check out our YouTube channel. That is 1490 The Score on YouTube. And you can head there to check us out, subscribe. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're a Roseburg fan, you want to be able to watch Roseburg High Sports throughout the year, we've got you covered right there. 1490 The Score on YouTube. We're going to go ahead and take our first break here in the pregame show. When we come back, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys as we find out more about tonight's matchup as well as how he feels the team has been doing over the last couple of weeks as we get into conference play. We talk with head coach Jordan Humphreys of the Roseburg boys basketball team. When we come back, this is Roseburg basketball online at 541radio.com and right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations. Top of the Hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Back here with more of our pregame on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Tonight, the Roseburg boys on the road at Heater Newman Gymnasium, getting ready to take on the Grants Pass Cavemen. As we get ready for tip-off, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Jordan Humphreys. Coach, you guys coming off of a nice week last week, get into the win column in Southwest Conference play, winning 2 at home. Now you guys go back out on the road. Coming off of a win against Willamette, it seemed like the team really kind of started to put a lot more of the pieces together. At this point in the season, you guys have, you've seen a lot of the team. You've seen them a lot in conference. You've had a long time to work with them. What kind of things are you guys still nitpicking about a game that you guys try to take away and continue to build on over the last couple of days of practice?
Definitely a lot of mental approach. I know we talked about that some earlier, but staying focused mentally, making sure we're coming out ready to go and not come out with no energy, which is always, especially mid-season, it's easy. Long season, guys just got done with finals and kind of a weird couple weeks along with, no school Monday. And whenever the routine changes, then it's important to make sure guys are mentally focused and mentally prepared. I know we've talked about it a lot, and the guys recognize it themselves. When they have a routine, then they like it a lot better. So getting them to understand that and buy into that and do it on their own is important.
How difficult can it be sometimes? I mean, especially, I feel like the winter sports season gets this the most with the number of holidays in the month of January, with the holiday Christmas break and all that. There's a lot of interruptions to the season, and how difficult is it to balance school and the holiday breaks and all of those kind of other distractions for a team to get them ready for this important stretch run that is the conference season that comes up once the calendar flips to the new year?
It's definitely difficult. I mean, it's the only one that has finals right in the middle of it. Everybody else has finals at the end, and we stress the importance of academics, and we make sure guys are taking care of their grades, and if not, then they get to spend some extra time in the classroom, or we encourage them to work together and help each other out and keep each other accountable with that. And finals are tough. It's again weird days. They only go from like 8 to noon, and then they got some time off, but they're supposed to be studying for 2-hour finals where they sit in the same seat for 2 hours each class, and it's definitely mentally tough on that. And then just the length of the season, right? Like you said, with the holidays, it's always tough. People want to be off with their families, and in those days where they stay up all night with their friends or with their family playing board games or whatever, or get up at 6 in the morning to open Christmas presents and stay up all night, and trying to get them to have a good practice, or even be ready on game day to make sure those routines stay the same is challenging. And especially for freshmen and even sophomores, the season's just so long that come January and early February, they're like, man, is this season over yet? Yeah, they still have basketball, but it definitely takes a toll.
Yeah, for sure. You guys, this week you're on the road for 2 games. Last week got to be at home for a couple of games, which is always nice to not have to be traveling on the bus so much. When you get on the road, what is kind of the big thing as a coach that you focus in on during a week where you're going to be on the road twice, just trying to keep the guys, focused on what's ahead of them and just trying to kind of keep things normal? What's the best way to attack that in a week like this?
It's definitely difficult. Preparing ahead of time, being ready right after our Friday game to start talking about the Tuesday game, and not focus too much on the win, which we definitely want to celebrate those every time we get one. But we talk about, hey, enjoy it tonight and be ready to start looking at the scouting report and start thinking about the next one tomorrow, and watching game film and stuff like that. And same thing for tonight. No matter what happens, we got our scouting report and we're ready to go for tomorrow with video clips and with they'll know who they're going to guard, and they know what type of offense and things the other team's going to run, and what types of things we're going to focus on to take advantage of South Eugene. But obviously not until tonight's over, but short memory either way, win or loss.
Yeah. Well, speaking of tonight, you guys on the road against Grants Pass, a team that, this is a tough place to play, tough place to win. Last year you guys had a battle with them that went down to the very end, had a couple of good rallies, just couldn't quite pull it out here on the road at Heater Newman. Looking at the matchup here tonight, what's going to be the key to you guys getting out of here with a victory this evening?
I think it's both teams are playing well. Grants Pass is playing well also. They definitely had a great preseason, and I think they're 2-1 in league also. Maybe 2-2.
Yeah.
So we're both battling for that right now second place spot in league, and we'd obviously like to distance ourselves and kind of take sole possession of it. But it's kind of a contrasting styles. If you look at those scores, they're kind of mostly in the 60s, 60s and lower, and maybe one game in the 70s. And as people have seen, we are a little bit higher than that. I think we're averaging 75, 76 a game, and
somewhere in that range.
and so we want to push that pace. One of the better players is a Post, is a senior, and they like to work through him. And against South Eugene last week, I think he had 11 in the first half, all post-up moves. And so our goal, like always, we're going to try to run him. We want to get him tired. We want to get him exhausted and take him out of what they like to do, and rely on other guys to do other things and make the big guy work.
All right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there tonight.
Thank you.
And that is head coach Jordan Humphreys with us here on the program as we get ready for tonight's matchup between the Tribe and the Cavemen. And we'll get ready for tip-off here coming up in just a few moments. As we count down to tip-off here, taking a look at where these two teams were last at. Roseburg was at home against Willamette on Friday night. Willamette actually took an early lead in that matchup, 10-3 in the first quarter. But then RHS rallied back and used a couple of big runs to pull ahead. RHS went on a 22-0 run. That started in the second quarter and then lasted into the third quarter for Roseburg. During that period, they held Willamette scoreless for 5 minutes and 40 seconds. That's a pretty impressive run there by Roseburg against Willamette. RHS had 9 3-pointers in the game, was 18 of 26 at the free throw line. That snapped an 8-game losing streak against Willamette for Roseburg in that matchup. Meanwhile, for Grants Pass, they're coming off of a 69-51 win at South Eugene. That was the highest scoring game of the season for this Grants Pass team, and it got them back to 500 in Southwest Conference play. Grants Pass comes in at 56.2 points per game at their average. For their opponents, they're giving up 44.7, and that is the big conversation about tonight's matchup. Which team's strategy will prevail? Grants Pass gives up 44.7. Roseburg scores 72.9. Coach was a little bit high on his average. That might be close to what their league average is, but their season is at 72.9. Roseburg gives up only 58.6 per game, and that number has climbed a little bit as we've gotten into league play, but it's not a huge number there. That's just slightly more than what Grants Pass gets. So if Roseburg can play their kind of game, Grants Pass might end up in the low 60s, but Roseburg likes to pride themselves on getting into the 70s with the number of possessions they take, and so we'll see if they're able to play that game plan coming up here tonight. For the Grants Pass Cavemen, looking at their roster, not a ton of returning players from last year. They did graduate 4 seniors, including a second-team all-conference selection in Dylan Neufeld. They do feature a roster that's got 2 all-conference selections. Honorable mention, all Southwest Conference selection and senior Mason Bennett, as well as junior Luke Morgan. So we'll see how those 2 players fare tonight for the Cavemen. Meanwhile, for Roseburg, of course, they've got 2 all-conference players coming back from last year. Micah Mendoza, a second-team all-conference selection, and Boston Williams as well. Taking a look at it right now, Roseburg in the conference scoring list provided by B.G. Gould out of Medford. Overall scoring all season long, Micah Mendoza ranks number 4 in the conference in scoring, averaging 17.1 points per game. If you look strictly at scoring in league, actually I should say real quick, also in overall scoring on the season, Hunter Fullerton at 11.7 points a game. He ranks number 9 in the conference in scoring. Now, if you look strictly at league games, Owen Bentia currently sitting at number 8 in the Southwest Conference in league scoring. Mike Mendoza also in that list, sitting at number 3. So Roseburg, with their high output, obviously is going to rack up some big totals, and they've been doing that so far this season. For Grants Pass, the top 10 did not include a Caveman for the 2 lists, whether it be overall or league scoring only. So we'll see who does their leading scoring tonight. Didn't have a ton of the information there based off of what we got from out of Medford with B.G. Gould there. Grants Pass did start the season winning 9 of 11, but only one win versus 6A Oregon team in that start. Since then, and this is mostly conference play, but not all conference play, Grants Pass has gone 2-3 since their 9-2 start. For Roseburg, sitting at 12-3 on the season. They lost their first conference game, but they've rallied back to win their last 2, looking to make it 3 straight. JV, moments ago, finished up their game. The Roseburg JV team losing 75-41 tonight. Looking at your Southwest Conference standings real quick before we break for the national anthem. South Medford leading the way at 3-0, ranked number 12 by the OSAA. Roseburg at number 2 in the conference standings, tied with Sheldon at 2-1. Roseburg at number 15 in the OSAA power rankings. Sheldon at number 27. Grants Pass, North Medford, both 2-2. Grants Pass at number 16 in the power rankings. North Medford at number 40. Willamette is 1-3 in conference play. They're number 36 in the power rankings. South Eugene is number 32 and is 0-3 in the power rankings. Or excuse me, in the conference schedule. Tonight, South Eugene is at Sheldon. South Medford at North Medford. A couple of crosstown rivalry matchups there in the Southwest Conference tonight. Willamette has the night off. Alrighty, here we go. It's just about time for tip-off here tonight from Heater Newman Gymnasium on the campus of Grants Pass High School. I'm Joey Kieran. We'll take our final 2-minute break and come back with your starting lineups for tonight's matchup. So sit back and enjoy. Streaming online at 541radio.com and on the radio, this is Roseburg High Basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Thank you. Now we'd like to introduce the starting five for the Roseburg Indians.
Back here at Heater Newman Gymnasium after a beautiful rendition of the national anthem from the band here at Grants Pass High School. It's time now here in the pregame show to take a look at our starting lineups for tonight's matchup. Let's start with the visiting Roseburg boys, who are 12-3 on the season, 2-1 in conference play, led by head coach Jordan Humphreys in his 4th year. You'll have the same starting five that we've seen the last few games. Micah Mendoza, the junior guard at 6'3", along with a senior 5'9" guard, Carter Stedman. A senior at 6'2", listed as a guard, Chase Wilder. Another senior at 5'11", a guard, Boston Williams. And then rounding it out, a senior guard at 6 feet tall, Hunter Fullerton. On the other side, for Grants Pass, your starting lineup will be what we were told. Ivan Isley, a junior, along with Gavin McLean, Honorable mention All Southwest Conference selection Mason Bennett, a senior. Then you've got an honorable mention All Southwest Conference selection in Luke Morgan. And rounding it out is junior Jaden Jesse, who will be your starting 5. And it does look like I confirmed Isley was the one we weren't 100% sure of, but there you go. So we get ready for the matchup as Roseburg takes on Grants Pass here tonight. Joey Keyran with you. Tonight's game is brought to you by Dr. Lance and Randall. Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or call them at 541-378-6694. We also want to say thanks to Mountain Mike's Pizza. We went there for lunch today before we got out of town, and they got signs up saying that they will put the games on the big screens during the away games. So anybody tuning in at Mountain Mike's, they're watching the game. That's pretty cool. And thanks for tuning in and joining us for tonight's video stream broadcast, as well as the simulcast on the radio as well. All right, we get ready for the opening tip. Roseburg in the road blacks, and in the home white is Grants Pass. In the center, it is Mason Bennett and Micah Mendoza to jump this one off. Ball tipped up. Mendoza on the second attempt will tip it to Carter Stedman. He works it into the front court to our left. Back to Stedman, left of the key, out beyond the perimeter. Will direct some traffic. Uses the dribble with the right hand. Hands it off, no. Pulled it back from Boston Williams, and now gets it to Hunter Fullerton. Grants Pass with their tough defense, looking to try and put some pressure on that dribble handoff, and a foul called as Hunter Fullerton drives through the lane. He'll get pushed by Ivan Isley. The junior picks up the first foul of tonight's ball game. Isley will give Roseburg an inbound from the baseline. Carter Stedman looking. Got to get rid of it. There was almost a 5-second count. Does get it into Wilder. Stops left of the key. Toss it back out to Fullerton. Hunter underneath to Micah. Backing in. Spin move back to his right. He'll put it off the glass. 2 points early to start things off for Micah Mendoza. Gives Roseburg the lead to start out tonight's ball game. Handling the basketball for the first time to bring it up the floor for Grants Pass was Jaden Jesse, son of the head coach Joel Jesse. He plays pitch and catch on the right side. They'll dump it down to the baseline to Morgan. Morgan, he had that ball tipped around, tipped out. It was off of Morgan's foot. He lost the handle on the basketball, didn't know where it ended up, got tipped off of his foot, out of bounds, and Roseburg gets the takeaway. So a turnover on the first possession for Grants Pass. Mendoza's going to get the basketball. We don't see him run the point too often. They try to get him the basketball in motion in the half court, but he will handle the basketball, bringing it up the floor here. Gives it off right side to Boston Williams. Wilder gets it out at the high point. Dribbling left side into the middle goes Fullerton at the free throw line, gives it up to Williams. Williams wants to drive, gets cut off. Hand it back off to Stedman. At the free throw line, he is redirected back out. Crossover, Stedman into the lane, jump stop, looks for the cutter, finds Mendoza from the right side, and Micah with a quick 4 to start out the ball game. Finishing at the rim on the right side for the lefty. Impressive there to start things off. And a whistle away from the basketball up the floor. This one goes against Roseburg's Micah Mendoza for a shove. That'll be the first against Micah. Both number zeros picking up the first fouls here in the contest. Jesse will bring it into the front court, toss it left side to McLean. Back out to the top, and they play pitch and catch. Deep 3 from McLean. Back iron, no. Rebound long out to Isley. He tried to toss it into the corner. Didn't have a clean handle on it. I think Stedman might have gotten a chance to get a hand in there and tip that ball around. Made for the bad pass by Isley and thrown out of bounds. And the possession comes back to Roseburg. Leading 4-0 here. Opening 2 minutes ticked off the clock. Picking up the basketball out at the top. Stedman tosses it away to right side. Attacking with the left hand. Williams in, out to a head fake 3 attempt. Things open wide up for Carter Stedman. The defense just left him all alone. They thought he was going to pass it away, and Carter's able to get a wide open look for the bank shot. 6-0. Roseburg in front here early against Grants Pass, a team that doesn't score a lot. Grants Pass is not one that wants to be playing from behind, I'd imagine. Out of the top, Jesse back into the corner. Wide open look at a 3. That one off the side of the backboard for Gavin McLean, but underneath The putback second chance points from Mason Bennett. Gets Grant's pass on the board the first time tonight. Roseburg will run it up the floor. They've held the ball a lot so far here in this opening period. A deep three by Fullerton off the right iron, and the rebound collected underneath by Morgan. First miss on an offensive possession for the Indians. Jesse with it out at the top. Tosses it left side. A three attempt is good for Ivan Isley. And just like that, a couple of buckets for the Cavemen, and they are back in this one. Roseburg loses the handle, and up with it is Isley. 6-5 the score. Grants Pass fighting their way back into this one, down by 1. On the right side with it, McLean. Toss into the middle. Morgan wants to toss it into the corner, but it's too strong for the junior. Sends it out of bounds. Substitution in. Gavin McLean will head to the bench. As in will be Jackson Poland, wearing a mask tonight after having his nose broken at Willamette a couple of games ago for the Cavemen. Stedman brings it into the front court. Roseburg leading 6-5, 4:26 to go. On the left side, Mendoza toss back out to the top. Between the circles, Stedman looking right and left, holding up one hand to call out the offense. Looks for the cutter to the basket, not there. Finds Fullerton open on the right side. Fullerton a little too much dribbling, almost lost it. He has it poked away, and now a whistle called on the reach-in. He hit the turnaround jumper after the whistle. They call the foul on Jaden Jesse, his first. Just the second team foul in the ballgame so far. Fullerton will get a chance to take a break. So does Boston Williams. Coming into the game, Mark Oha and Owen Bentia will both get a chance. Stedman inbound, find Oha right underneath. His reverse lay-in, no, does not go. In the outlet, here comes Grant's pass, and the finger roll good for Mason Bennett. And Bennett puts Grant's pass in front, 7-5. Make that 7-6. High off the glass, 2 points for Micah Mendoza as Roseburg answers and gets the lead back, 8-7. They found Mendoza on the backside cutter against the Grants Pass defense. Roseburg, a 2-3 zone. Into the middle with the right hand off the front of the iron. Bennett drops one through. Back in front goes Grants Pass, 9-8. Owen Bentia drives, toss back out to the top to Wilder. Wilder looking for that pick and roll. Didn't get the ball from Stedman. Oha draws it back out. Out at the top. He'll set it up out near midcourt. Tries to attack, left hand. Back to Bentia on the left wing. He drives to the free throw line. Jump stop. Got open in the middle. Put up a shot. Got a bit bumped. His shot well off the mark. Hesitated. Didn't feel the defense lag off of him quick enough to get the look at the clean shot. Right side, Isley beyond the arc. They'll work it to the left side of the perimeter. Poland toss it a long ways across the floor against this zone from Roseburg, making them run. Isley, right wing, looking underneath. Morgan can't get open in the zone. He's working underneath. So is Mason Bennett. The two big men, two honorable mention All Southwest Conference selections trying to work the paint. Bennett gets it. He'll attack with the right hand. That ball doesn't want to stay down. Rebound tipped into the hand of Jace Wilder. He'll try to go coast to coast. Back into the corner for Oha. Bentia has it. He gets tripped, and he'll draw a whistle. He forced the action and draws the defender out of position to get in front and knock him to the floor. And we get substitutions coming in. Peyton Bruner checks into the game. So does Cade Brandis. And a timeout's going to be taken down on the floor by Roseburg. So we'll take the timeout as well. Let's get a 30-second break. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
9-8 ball game. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg here with 2:27 to go in the first quarter. Roseburg out of the timeout will inbound. Catch and shoot three by Bentia. Oh, that one was halfway down off the backboard, spun around the cylinder and spit back out. Roseburg can't get the three. Grants Pass with the rebound, bring it up the floor into the front court. Bennett gets it, looks for the baseline cutter, now takes it himself with his right hand. No, but the rebound pulled down by the Cavemen. Second chance points, no good. Rebound tipped out by Roseburg. Peyton Bruner, another big man who came in off the bench for Grants Pass. They've got some height on this roster. That'll give Roseburg some issues on the glass. They'll try to wear him out, though. Underneath. Baseline inbound for Grants Pass. Lob it in to Bennett. He wants to attack. Gets in the middle. Puts up the right hand and gets it to roll in. Grants Pass takes their biggest lead on the night on that bucket at 3. 11-8 your score. Fullerton, turnaround jumper. That one rattles through. Good job there by Fullerton to get enough behind that shot to just get it to go over the iron. 1:42 to go. 11-10 the score. Racing into the front court. The late pass to Bennett. Didn't expect it, but he was able to handle it, and he puts it in. And Mason Bennett with a huge start to this game. He's got 10 of the 13 for Grants Pass. An open look at a 3 by Bentia. Back iron, a fight underneath. Saved back in by Morgan. Roseburg has not been able to hit it from behind the arc. Toss out to the top on a loose ball. It's open. Bentia racing to the rim. No, but a putback for Hunter Fullerton. He'll get the 2. Makes it a 1-point game, 13-12, 1:04 to play. Roseburg's defense forcing a couple of turnovers. Morgan to Bennett. Finds the open man underneath. Bruner got the defender in the air and by him. And Peyton Bruner will lay it in for 2. Back to a 3-point game, 15-12, 48 seconds. At the handoff connection, it is lost. Coming away with the basketball, McLean going to go right to the rim. No, Morgan gets the offensive board, the putback, and a foul. That'll make it a 5-point ball game. So that foul goes on Asher Vredenberg, and to the line will go Luke Morgan. He got his first points of the ball game, putting Grants Pass up by 5. Now going to try to make it a 6-point game with the and 1. Takes his time here at the line. And he will hit the and 1. 18-12, a 6-point game. 36 seconds to go in the first quarter. Carter Stedman with it on the right wing. Back out to Fullerton. Crossover to his left. Gets to the free throw line. Back out to Stedman. Toss to the left corner. Vredenberg going to go baseline. Out to Fullerton for a wide open 3. He's going to hit that. Fullerton, a big 3 for Roseburg. Makes it a 3-point game. 13 seconds. Bennett racing up the floor. Into Carter Stedman, who will get called for a blocking foul. The shot no good for Bennett. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. You could see Stedman, he set up in front of that one. He saw it coming. Saw him kind of assume the position to try and take a charge, but he doesn't get the call there. So it'll be Mason Bennett to shoot 2 here as the quarter is close to an end. Bennett will miss the front end of it. Roseburg basketball tonight is brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Asher Vredenberg heads to the bench as Micah Mendoza comes in. Second free throw coming up here for Mason Bennett. And he will hit the second. 4-point ball game. 7 seconds. Stedman into the front court. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A 3 by Mendoza. Just off the mark to finish off the first quarter. At the end of 1, it's 19-14. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg. We take a 60-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, And then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Second quarter action here from Grants Pass High School. Tonight's game brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. Grants Pass will start with the basketball, leading 19-15. Pass into the near corner, Ivan Isley out to the top. Jesse to the far side to Bruner, back out. As they were working in the middle, Morgan gets it out to Bruner, had a look at a three, didn't take the shot, and they will work through the offense again. In the right corner, Morgan back out to the top. Quick moving with a lot of passing here from Grants Pass. Roseburg will double team on the baseline with Morgan. He will toss it out to Isley. A deep three from straight away. Back iron, no. And a foul on Luke Morgan going over the back of Keegan Cleary. Cleary is checked into the game. Roseburg starts with Stedman, Fullerton, Cleary, Williams, and Mendoza on the floor. Morgan out there along with Brandis. Actually, Morgan will take a seat as Mason Bennett will come in. That is the second foul on Luke Morgan. So you've got Jesse, Bennett, Bruner, Brandis, and Isley on the floor for Grants Pass. Head fake, driving into the middle. Micah Mendoza has it taken away from him from the backside. Mendoza gets stripped. They go up the floor and a two-hand dunk. That was Bruner with the flush. The two-hand dunk gets the student section on their feet. 21-15, a 6-point lead. Underneath, it's Carter Stedman, and the little man underneath with a couple of nifty moves to get free of the defender. Lays it off the glass. And a toss up the floor. Too strong from Jesse. Out of the reach of Bruner. Grants Pass gives it back to Roseburg. Now, I don't know if that's the offense they want to play, is that breakout style with Roseburg. That fits Roseburg's narrative. Doesn't really fit Grants Pass. Hunter Fullerton comes out to the top to get it. Works right side to Cleary, wanting to look underneath. Back out to the right wing for Mendoza. A deep three by Boston Williams. Clanks off the right of the iron. And a rebound nearly stolen away by Cleary. Saved it back in bounds. Grants Pass keeps it. The Cavemen will work up the floor. Lost his footing was Bruner. Now a fight for the basketball. Williams knocked it away, and it's Fullerton that comes up with it. Hunter into the front court. Crossover jump step back out. Williams another look at that same three, and he's not going to miss a second straight time. He hits that one to get Roseburg back within one. 21-20. 5:56 to go here in the second quarter. 1 point ball game. Roseburg led by 6 at one point in the first quarter. Grants Pass is led by 6 a couple of times as well. Entry pass, but pushed out to the perimeter was Bennett by Williams. Williams marking him. Bennett toss out to the top. That pass deflected by Micah Mendoza. Bruner tracks it down near midcourt. To the right side at the wing, Isley. Back out to Brandis to the left side. Bruner at the wing. Into the corner. The left corner. They continue to work around the perimeter. And a timeout taken by Grants Pass. Grants Pass wasn't seeing the offense moving, so head coach Joel Jesse wants a timeout. Let's go ahead and get in a 30-second break as well. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
From a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to, by hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Out of the Grants Pass timeout, Roseburg trailing 21-20. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Grants Pass with the basketball, leading by 1. 5:18 to go second quarter. Bounce pass into the right corner. Bruner back to the top. In the middle, Brandis, trapped at the left elbow, kicks it back out. A 3 by Isley. That one rims out. Mendoza rips away the rebound. And that has been the tough aspect of the night for Roseburg. And they call a double dribble on Micah Mendoza. Said he trapped it on his leg, I guess. And he turns it back over to Grants Pass. Pass left side at the wing. Into the corner to Brandis. Tyler McIntosh has checked into the game. Isley a 3. That one's short. Front iron. Race for the rebound. Who came up with it? Jump ball call. Bruner and Stedman tied up for it. One of the taller guys on the floor and one of the smaller guys racing to get to that basketball. But Stedman, a fierce competitor. And he may not have the height, but he's definitely worked out in the weight room some. He got in there and muscled in to make sure that ended up as a tie-up. Roseburg had the possession arrow, so they'll get the basketball, and they've got a chance to try and take the lead on this possession. Trailing 21-20 in a tight matchup here against Grants Pass. Mendoza got around the defender, soars through the air and just hangs, and Micah Mendoza gives Roseburg the lead back at 22-21. Mendoza with 8 points in the ball game after 6 in the first quarter. Roseburg gets a steal. Mendoza will throw down an emphatic jam. The steal and the bucket, and now another steal for Roseburg. And they can't keep it. Grants Pass will bring it up the floor into the corner. Jesse attacking. The runner gets hacked, and he'll go to the line. A huge steal and finish by Micah Mendoza. What a dunk. So we replay that one for those that were watching online. Mendoza just in the right spot at the right time, poked that away, and then one hand just threw it down with the left hand. A big-time dunk there for the Tribe. On the other side, Jaden Jesse hits the front end of 2 free throws. He'll get a second one coming up as he cuts it to a 2-point deficit. Mason Bennett back into the game for Grants Pass. Also in, Jackson Poland. Second free throw. First one used the glass. Second one is nothing but nylon. 24-23, a 1-point ball game. Stedman works it left side to the elbow to Bentia. Finds the backdoor cutter. It's another dunk for Mendoza. Micah with 6 in the quarter. He's up to 12 in the ball game. Roseburg continues to press in the backcourt. Grants Pass able to break it. McIntosh gives it away right side to Poland. Poland calling out the offense in the half court. Looks for a screen from Bennett. They switch. Williams takes him to the corner. Jesse, pass in the middle. Looking to attack the lane. High off the glass and in. Mason Bennett might have had a bit of an extra jump stop in there. Not called. It's a 1-point ball game again. Stedman in the corner. Back out to Mendoza, who's been dangerous tonight for Roseburg when he's able to get the lane. Driving in, Wilder, left block, had it knocked out of his hand. They call a 3-second lane violation against Roseburg. I believe that is the first time I have heard that call this season. I mean, I know it's a rule, just haven't seen it called too often. Ball tipped out of bounds, it'll stay with Grants Pass. Roseburg pressuring in the backcourt. It was Williams that got a hand on it. 3:04 to go here in the first half of tonight's ball game. Coming to get it, Gavin McLean. Race to the left side of the floor, splits 2 defenders, races into the front court, lobs to the rim. Jesse underneath, trying to attack, and he will finish. With the right-handed hook shot, Jaden Jesse puts Grants Pass back in front, 27-26. Boston Williams back out, a 3 by Bentia. Back iron, no, underneath, rebound. Tipped out of bounds by Wilder. Back and forth we go in this one. Grants Pass basketball. 2:35 to play in the first half. Tonight's game Brought to you by Roseburg Honda. Buying a car can be a hassle, so visit Roseburg Honda where they treat you like family because they are family. Extra pass, not a foul, tipped out of bounds by Stedman. Stedman nearly tackled Mason Bennett. Came barreling in on Bennett there, knocked the ball loose. I think Bennett was expecting a whistle, didn't get it. I think it caught the official off guard. Inbound, goes to McIntosh, hands it back off to Poland. He drives to the top of the key. Hands it off to Jesse. Some fancy dribbling. Spin move to his left. Give it away to Bennett. At the baseline. Looks for that baseline cutter. Threw it right to Roseburg. Trying to split the defenders is Micah Mendoza. He goes sailing. No whistle. Roseburg trying to get back in traffic. A lob to the rim off the mark for Bennett. Roseburg will press it up the floor. 2 minutes to play. Bentia, a three. No. Underneath, the rebound pulled down by Poland. McIntosh weaving his way up the floor. Went to a knee and nearly lost it. Managed to somehow keep the possession and got it to Poland. And now a whistle. Going to be a foul on Roseburg. Both teams with 4 team fouls right now in this one. And this will probably take Roseburg to 5. They call that one on Owen Bentia for his second. Inbound from the far sideline for Grants Pass. They lead 27-26. Ivan Isley comes back into the ballgame. Mark Oha will check back into the game as well. Owen Bentia heads to the bench with his 2 fouls. 1:44 to go in the first half. Isley, one-hand pass to the right side for Jesse. He finds Poland on the baseline. Out to the top, a three. That one grazes the side of the iron and out of bounds by Gavin McLean. Roseburg basketball. Been a bit of a hectic pace to the game here in the last couple of possessions for both sides. Roseburg into the front court. Stedman walks it up. Pass away right side at the wing. Give it up to Boston Williams driving in. He's got a lot of contact, doesn't get a whistle. Shot off the mark. Lob up the floor with it. McLean attacking in the lane. Pulls up for the jumper. Too strong. Rebound comes down to Mark Oha. He'll push it up the floor to Micah Mendoza. He's able to keep the possession in the left corner, and he steps on the baseline. And Roseburg has had opportunities. Just feels like they've been a little chaotic with the basketball. And I think Grants Pass's defense will do that to you. Inbound to get it into McIntosh. Excuse me, that's McLean. Back to Poland. Pressure still in the backcourt by Roseburg, and a hard hit. Carter Stedman came up trying to poke that ball away from Ivan Isley. Got a little bit extra there. Isley gets up quick, though. He seems to be all right. It just maybe looked a little worse than it was. Stedman will pick up his second foul. 16 foul against Roseburg with 54.9 points to go. 54.9 seconds to go in this one here in the first half. Isley tosses it into the front court and gets it back out near midcourt. Marked by Stedman, working to his right hand. Bounces it away, left side to Bennett, working against Boston Williams. Dribbled it right off his foot. So Roseburg's defense stays in front, forces the turnover. Sub coming in, Hunter Fullerton for Roseburg will check in for Boston Williams. 41 and a half seconds to play in the opening half of tonight's ball game. Mendoza will handle the basketball in the backcourt. Will now take it across the timeline. Works to the left side of the floor. Lob to Hunter Fullerton in the left corner. Contested three is nothing but the bottom of the net. Second three of the night for Fullerton. He puts Roseburg in front 29-27 and a foul in the backcourt. Jackson Poland trying to work around Micah Mendoza. Gets fouled, and Mendoza picks up his second. Into the penalty now is Roseburg. Grants Pass with the bonus will get a 1-and-1 opportunity here for Jackson Poland. The senior sporting a face mask after getting his nose broken a couple of games ago. The right-hander at the line will earn himself a second free throw coming up. Tonight's ball game also brought to you by Flyaway Travel. When you're ready to take that dream trip, contact the travel experts at Travel Leader Flyaway Travel at 672-5701. Second free throw for Poland goes through. We got a tie ball game, 29-all with 18 seconds. Stedman gets around the defender, finds an open man in the corner, and a whistle after the pass by Stedman. He draws a foul against Jesse. That'll be the second on Jaden Jesse. Inbound coming up here for Roseburg. From the baseline into Mendoza in the corner. Out to Fullerton. Marked closely. Drives in. 8 seconds to go. Back out to Oha. Left side. 4 seconds. Lost the defender. His three doesn't fall. 1 second. Three-quarter court heave is nowhere close. And at halftime, our score tied at 29. One half of play in the books. And we've got a second half coming up. We'll take a 2-minute timeout and come back with your halftime report here from Heater Newman Gymnasium in Grants Pass. I'm Joey Kieran. This is Roseburg basketball on 541radio.com and on the score 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Mountain Mike's. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome you back here to Grants Pass High School, where Roseburg and Grants Pass are tied at 29-all here at the halftime break. Both teams trading the lead back and forth through the first half. Both teams led by as many as 6 in the first half of our ball game. But Roseburg outscores Grants Pass 14-10 in the second quarter to fight back from a 4-point deficit at the end of the first quarter and have us tied here at the break. Joey Kieran with you as we bring you Roseburg basketball on this Tuesday night on the road in Grants Pass. Well, a fun first half, back and forth. I would want to say that Roseburg's getting a chance to play a little bit of their style of play. They've been racing up and down the floor quite a bit. But Grants Pass's defense is legit. They make life difficult, and at 29 points, Roseburg's on pace for 58, which would be below their average. It'd be a little bit more than what Grants Pass typically gives up, but it would be well below Roseburg's average of 72.9. So we'll see if they can pick up the offense a little bit more in the second half now that they've seen one half of basketball from the Cavemen. In the first half of the ball game, Grants Pass with 1 3-pointer. And then the Cavemen go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of 7 at the free throw line. For Roseburg, they had 3 3-pointers in the first half and did not shoot a free throw in that first half of the ball game. So Roseburg will look to try and see if they can maybe force the issue a little bit more and get Grants Pass into foul trouble some coming up in the second half of this one. Our score at the break, 29 all. 29-29, Grants Pass and Roseburg all squared away. We did get a score update from the Roseburg girls in action tonight back at home at the end of one quarter of play. The Roseburg girls trailed 17-7 against the Lady Cavers. We'll come back and look at our individual statistics from the first half of tonight's ball game as Roseburg and Grants Pass are all knotted up at the break. Don't forget to stick around in the postgame show when we name our Mountain Mike's Pizza Player of the Game. Pizza, the way it ought to be. Stop by to fill up after home games and come by to watch the live stream during away games. You can catch the second half there at Mountain Mike's Pizza. They're on Harvard and Bellows right near Roseburg High School. Back after a 2-minute timeout as Roseburg and Grants Pass are tied up here at the halftime break on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Working from a hot tin shed, Paul W. Klipsch, genius and maverick, designed and hand-built his first commercial loudspeaker with the intention of bringing live music right into your living room. Today, we still make them like we used to. By hand, with passion, with pride. Klipsch Heritage Loudspeakers.
Give Klipsch Heritage speakers a listen at Good Vibrations, top of the hill, Northeast Stevens in Roseburg.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
At the break, Roseburg basketball tonight brought to you by our friends at Colorcraft, the only Benjamin Moore dealer in Douglas County. So when it's time to get in the paint, you can expect perfect matches with Colorcraft and Benjamin Moore. Remember, Colorcraft is a paint store, not a paint department. Coming up in the postgame show, we will announce our In the Paint rebound leader, brought to you by Colorcraft. That person's going to be receiving a $10 gift certificate to Java Run. We'll take a look at first half statistics. We always start with the visiting team. That is your Roseburg Indians tonight, leading the way with 12 points is Micah Mendoza, 6 in the first, 6 in the second quarter. Behind him, Hunter Fullerton with 10 points. He had 7 to lead the way in the first quarter, just 3 in the second period. 4 points for Carter Stedman tonight, 3 points for Boston Williams, and that's all your scoring so far for the Tribe. Not a lot of rebounding so far tonight for Roseburg. I've got 3 players with 1 rebound each. Micah Mendoza, Mark Oha, and Jace Wilder. So we'll keep an eye on that for our In the Paint rebound leader. On the other side, for Grants Pass, leading scorer in the game is Mason Bennett with 13. He had 11 of those in the first quarter, scores just 2 in the second quarter. Then you had 4 points for Jaden Jesse and 4 points for Peyton Bruner. 3 points for Ivan Isley, 3 points for Luke Morgan, and 2 points for Jackson Poland. That is your scoring from the first half of tonight's ball game. Our score at the break is 29-29. And we'll have more coming up for you here in just a few. Did get an update on the girls' game. Back there at home at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. At the break, Grants Pass girls leading Roseburg 32-9. Knew that was going to be a tough one there for the Roseburg girls. Grants Pass receiving votes in the latest OSAA Today coaches poll. So Grants Pass coming in. Grants Pass coming into that matchup, we knew they would be a pretty decent team, getting a little bit of respect around the state. A little bit surprised the most recent OSAA Today coaches polls were announced today for 6A boys, and not a single team out of the Southwest Conference was even receiving any votes, let alone in the top 10. So the conference not getting much respect or love from coaches around the state. A little bit surprised by that. Roseburg, coming in tonight, one of just 5 teams in the state with 12 or more wins on their record. So not a lot of teams there. Roseburg, one of the top scoring teams in the state. One of the better defensive teams as well. So overall, Roseburg's looked pretty good. Their RPI, based on the OSA power ranking, was up in the top 15. So the team has done a lot of things good. On paper, it looks pretty good, but the state not taking notice just yet. We'll see if they could get on a run and maybe start to get some of the state coaches around the state to take notice here as we get to the midway point of the Southwest Conference season and into the second half of it. Getting ready for the second half of our ball game. Third quarter action just about to get underway. Don't forget, you can watch tonight's game streaming live online at 541radio.com, or you can also catch it on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube to find us there, and you can catch the action. Hit the subscribe button to be able to stay up to date with Roseburg High sports all throughout the school year. Grants Pass will have the basketball to start the second half. Now moving right to left on your radio dial, wearing the home whites. Roseburg in the road blacks. Roseburg will have their same starting 5 on the floor to start the second half. Out at the top, it looks like Grants Pass with the same starting 5 as well. Jaden Jesse nearly has it taken away, bounces it through the defense to Mason Bennett. Pulls up for the long-range two-point shot, and he puts that one through to start things off in the second half to give Grants Pass a 2-point lead. Right corner with it. Micah Mendoza out to the top to Wilder. Wilder, Mendoza, Williams, Fullerton, and Stedman on the floor for the Tribe. Boston Williams drives into the middle of the lane. Gets stopped there. He's got to get rid of it. And clear the lane. He does. Out to the top to Fullerton. His 3 dies on the back of the iron and falls off. Push the ball up the floor. Nearly tossed it out of bounds. Into the middle to Morgan. Working against Mendoza. Muscles his way in. And off the glass for 2. And this second half starts all Grants Pass. 33-29. Stedman out to Boston Williams, a right wing 3, too long. Fight for the rebound, loose ball on the floor. It's Wilder that comes away with it. Roseburg a second chance. Get it underneath to Stedman. He got trapped in there with the bigs, has to back it back out. Stedman will hand it off to Mendoza. Takes it back out to the top. Roseburg having to work in the half court set here. Left side, Mendoza gets underneath the basket. This missed shot gets tipped back out to Boston Williams. And Roseburg a third chance here. Right corner, Wilder looking underneath the Mendoza. He wanted to toss it to a wide open Williams on the far side, but it's too much. 6:18 to go, 33-29. Roseburg down by 4. Largest deficit for them since back in the first quarter when they were down by 6. Jackson Poland is checked into the game for Grants Pass. That's Luke Morgan still out there, not Cade Brandis. Out at the top with it, Jaden Jesse. They get it to Bennett at the left elbow, drives in, backing in against Stedman. He's got the smaller matchup, and he gets it off the iron. Mason Bennett's got some really good touch around the rim. He's got some great offensive moves underneath the basket. A 3 from the right side by Mendoza. No. Rebound tip to Morgan. And Roseburg cold to start the second half, trailing by 6 once again. Left side Poland with it. Draws it back out. Crossover. Gets to the top of the key. They get the switch. Stedman now on Bennett. No look into the corner. Bennett an open look at a three, and he'll hit his first three of the night. Largest lead of the ball game at 9 for Grants Pass. Micah Mendoza goes up, and the late whistle, that had all the Roseburg fans throwing up their hands, wondering why no whistle. Micah Mendoza got up there and got hammered to the floor. And the Grants Pass fans are arguing that shouldn't have been a foul. I'm not sure you can knock a airborne player to the floor quite like that. Micah, the lefty, will get a chance to shoot two, and he'll hit the first. Foul went on. Luke Morgan picks up his third. That'll get Morgan out of the game. Cade Brandis checks in for him now. Second free throw for Mendoza. Bounces around and drops in. So Roseburg back within 7. Pressure in the backcourt. Toss up towards midcourt. Pass left side. McLean into the corner for Jesse. Back out to McLean at the top. He'll hand it away. The left side, Poland draws it back out. 4:51 to go third quarter. Jesse into the corner. Lob it down to Mason Bennett on that left block. That's where he likes to be. Double team. He goes up. He's short. Got his own rebound, and he'll draw a whistle. First foul against Roseburg in the second half. Into the game will be Peyton Bruner as Grants Pass continues to bring in height. Jaden Jesse will check out of the game. The foul went against Jace Wilder, his first. Inbound, right side of the basket. Jackson Poland is right there for the bucket. Back to a 9-point ball game. Boston Williams lost a handle. The ball's on the ground. Roseburg comes up with it. Out to Hunter Fullerton. A left wing three. That's off the iron. No. Fight underneath. And a push. And Roseburg here on the road getting flustered tonight. Have not had their stroke to start this second half. Foul goes against Carter Stedman, picking up his third. Bennett gets it. Will work it across the timeline, behind the back dribble, into the lane, jump stop, pass into the corner, a right side three. No, but right underneath is Bruner. Nobody around him. His putback, no. And a foul on the floor on Roseburg. They call this one against Mendoza. That's his third. 13th foul on Roseburg. Substitutions in. Mendoza will take a seat. So does Hunter Fullerton as Oha and Bentia check into the game. Cavemen have it at the baseline. Lob in out to the top. Bruner with it around a screen. Goes right side to the elbow. Pulls it back out. They go down underneath to Bennett. Out to the top. McLean into the corner. Isley with it. Excuse me, that's Bruner. Left side. Back into the corners. They work it around the perimeter. A lot of quick passing. Right side, McLean. Back to the top to Poland. Left side, Brandis. They want to go underneath, but Roseburg practically double teaming Bennett at almost every attempt. He drives in and soft touch over the outstretched arms of Mark Oha. And Bennett adds to his total. He's got 9 in the period. He's up to 22 in the ball game. Backing in, Stedman trying to work underneath. Travel call. Turnover by Stedman on the travel call. He had hit the bucket, working underneath. 42-31. Grants Pass in front. Lob up the floor on the right side. Back out. Bennett gets it on the left wing into the corner. Left corner, Bruner finds the cutter off the glass, and McLean will get his first points of the night. And Grants Pass is rolling, up by 13. Able to split the defense. Foul as Boston Williams cutting between two defenders. Reaching in, Grants Pass whistled. That foul goes on Bennett, his first. Bennett will get a breather here. That might help Roseburg. He has been so tough to defend. Roseburg with it at the baseline. Lob it out to Fullerton at the top. Head fake. Goes right side. Pass across the floor. Oha has it left wing. He wants to try and drive an attack. He makes a no-look pass baseline. Tipped out by Grants Pass. Roseburg will keep it. 2:49 to go here in the third quarter. Roseburg will inbound from the corner. Bounce it to Oha. He gets stuffed. Gets it back, though, out to Fullerton for a three. That doesn't go in. Bentia with the rebound. Bentia goes up, and Owen will have his first points of the night. Back within 11 for Roseburg. They have scored just 4 points here in the quarter. Driving right side, Poland pulls up for the baseline jumper from 12 feet. No, underneath Bruner. Got the rebound, goes up, and he gets hit in the act. They give that to Mark Oha, and it is a shooting foul. So it'll be Peyton Bruner to the free throw line for the first time here tonight. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Asher Vredenberg, Micah Mendoza check back into the ball game for Boston Williams and Carter Stedman. .12-point game, and that's where it'll stay. Second free throw for Bruner doesn't go. Mendoza with the rebound, gets it up the floor to Bentia. He'll drive right to the basket, trying to split the defenders. He gets a whistle. It'll be just the third foul on Grants Pass here in the third quarter. That foul goes against Jackson Poland, his first. Not a shooting foul. Bentia from the baseline gets it into Mendoza, out to Vredenberg. He's got to look at a step-back three, and Asher, his first field goal of the night's a big one. Gets Roseburg back within 9. 45-36. 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter. Roseburg trying to keep it as a single-digit deficit. See if they can make a run at it here at the end of the third. Driving from the left side, Poland bounces it back out, gets it right back in the corner. Jab step, dribbles out, and slows it back down. One-hand pass across the way to Isley. Into the right corner for Brandis. Into the middle, Bruner lobs out to the top. McLean. He'll dribble it away with the right hand. Passes it off to the right wing, into the right corner. Grants Pass trying to work through the middle of their floor. They want to go to the attacking zone, as I heard Mike Parker describe it earlier here on The Score when talking to John Canzano on the Bald-Faced Truth. I thought that was an interesting way to say the paint. Entry pass to the attacking zone, tipped out of bounds. Roseburg will get it. Mason Bennett comes back into the game for the Cavemen. So does Jaden Jesse. Bennett's the big one there. He has been almost unstoppable for the Cavemen here tonight. 1:18 to go in the third quarter. Roseburg could cut it down to a two-possession game. Hand off to Micah Mendoza. Goes the wheel route all the way around, and Mendoza has his first field goal of the second half, makes it a 7-point ball game. Lob up the floor to Bennett as we hit 60 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Bennett working against Mendoza, high out from the perimeter. To the top of the key, crossover, goes left side, got it tipped a bit, does get the pass away. Bruner drives in the middle, pass out to Isley, a wide open three, knocks it down. Big three there for Grants Pass, stretches it back to a 10-point game. Mendoza, crossover, gets called for a carry. Winning on the road in Southwest Conference play, never an easy thing, and Roseburg finding themselves up against it tonight, down by 10. 36.9 seconds to play here in the third quarter. Jesse will get the inbound. Into the backcourt, gets it back. Now working against Roseburg. Pass up the floor, taken away by Fullerton. 26 seconds to go. Roseburg with it, a chance to get it back to single digits. Vredenberg gets it, a right wing three, too long. Nobody underneath for Roseburg to rebound. with the steal, or the rebound and the possession. Grant's pass up the floor. Bruner gets the finger roll to make it 50-38 with 8.9 to go. And Roseburg turns it over in the backcourt with a travel. And Grant's Pass's defense and the the home crowd here getting to Roseburg tonight. Bennett underneath, finishes with the left hand off the glass. A huge period for him. Back to it's a 14-point game at the buzzer. A bucket for Roseburg. Count it for Mark Oha. Roseburg needed that one as they go into the fourth quarter, trailing by 11, 52-41. And we will head to the fourth after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Back here at Heater Newman Gymnasium as we get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Roseburg trailing in this one, 52-41 against the Cavemen. Leading scorer in the ball game is Mason Bennett with 24 here tonight. Roseburg's leading scorer with 16 is Micah Mendoza. Mark Oha hit a three at the end of the third quarter. He's out there, hands it off to Micah Mendoza. He drives in, gets his own rebound, had three defenders on him, and he gets fouled as he got them all in the air and goes back up. Will get a chance to go to the line for a second time tonight. It goes against Tyler McIntosh, picks up his first, fourth team foul against the Cavemen. Roseburg has Stedman, Fullerton, Mendoza, Oha, and Wilder on the floor. For Grants Pass, Isley, Jesse, Bennett, Morgan, and the fifth player out there is McIntosh. Those are your five to start out the fourth quarter for the Cavemen. First free throw no good for Micah Mendoza. Roseburg only their fourth free throw attempt coming up here. Mendoza short on the second, so an empty trip to the line. Roseburg needed some points there. Lob up the floor. Isley driving in, too strong. Bennett gets the offensive board and the putback. And Roseburg just getting killed on the glass tonight. 13-point ball game. Been as much as a 14-point lead for Grants Pass. A three by Hunter Fullerton. Catch and shoot. Drops it through. His third of the game. Roseburg's got to get more of that. Down by 10. 7:09. Right corner. Bennett lost a handle on it. Taken away by Wilder. Big steal up the floor to Mendoza. He lays it in and a foul. Some emotion there for Roseburg as Mendoza lets out a holler after the whistle. Frustrating night as Grants Pass's defense will do that to you. And Micah Mendoza, a breakout there, wanted the emphatic throwdown, just got it to roll over as he had some contact going to the rim. He'll get a chance at the three-point play here. Mark Oha comes out of the game. Boston Williams in for him. Also Brandis into the game for Grants Pass. The three-point play doesn't go. Ball saved back in, and it's Boston Williams that somehow ends up with it in his hands. Mendoza gets it Tons of contact, no whistle. Rebound tip to Wilder. There's a whistle. Man, scrappy play there from Roseburg. They need it. That was a miss on the free throw. Boston Williams chased it down in the corner and just threw it over his head back in. The ball was tipped all around, and Williams coming back into play. The ball somehow ended up in his hand. He was able to squeeze it through. And got it to Mendoza. He went up, got hacked with no whistle, got into the hands of Jace Wilder, and now his free throw doesn't go. Substitutions, Mendoza gets a breather. Bentia will check into the game. Bruner and Poland will come back in for Grants Pass. Roseburg's had few and far between trips to the free throw line. Got to make them count. 1 out of 2 for Jace Wilder. It is a 7-point ball game. Roseburg a little bit of a run there. Could have been a carry there by Poland. He gets double teamed out at the top. Gets it away. They find Brandis underneath. His shot, no. Rebound knocked out by Bentia. Tonight's ball game brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Inbound coming for Poland. Lobs it in to Bruner out at the top. To the right side of the floor. Back to the left. Poland with it. Marked by Stedman. Out to the top. Brandis gives it away. Gets it now Morgan down in the right block. They were 24 and 23, and for some reason I keep confusing the two. Underneath, it's Brandis that is able to box out for the rebound. Now the officials will confirm on who the foul on Roseburg's on, and this is going to be the 5th on Roseburg. It's on Hunter Fullerton. Picks up his first. Grants Pass basketball underneath. 6:09. Inbound goes to Bruner. Gets it right back to Poland. He'll draw it out towards midcourt. Works to the right side of the floor. Coming free. McLean out to the top. Bruner left side. Poland gets it in the left corner. They work it back to the right side of the floor. Bruner out beyond the perimeter against Bentia. A couple of jab steps. Drives to the free throw line in the lane. Turns and shoots. No. And it is Wilder that comes up with the rebound. Stedman up the floor to Boston Williams. Williams thought about driving. Instead, hands it back off to Stedman on the right wing. Out to Wilder. He'll drive. Jump stop in the lane. Travel call. Needed to try and get into the act of shooting a little faster there for Wilder, and he might have been able to get a foul call on the contact, but kind of held it in a little bit long, took the steps, and he gets called for the walk there. Across the floor, McLean. Back out to the top. Poland between the circles. Working against Wilder, takes it to the right side. One-hand push pass to McLean at the wing. Between the circles, left side, Bruner gets it. A screen, he goes opposite. Pick and roll, though, with Brandis. His shot just a bit short. Rebound tip to the hands of Boston Williams. Push it up the floor to Fullerton. He wants to attack, spin move, left-hand finish. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. A bit of a scoreless run there for both sides, and Roseburg breaks it to get back within 5. 54-49 with 4:56 to go in the ball game. Let's take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Roseburg basketball brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Fourth quarter action for us here on the score and streaming online with video at 541radio.com. 54-49. Roseburg down by 5. trailed by as many as 14 in this second half. Been able to fight their way back. Kind of a similar story to last year when they were here at Heater Newman. Had to fight their way back from some double-digit deficits, and they were able to get back in it. Couldn't finish it. Up the floor, shot got blocked, and either a jump ball or an up and down, and the officials don't call it after the shot was blocked underneath on McLean. He went up, never let go of the basketball. 4:35 at the free throw line. Bennett has it taken away. Wilder gets it up the floor to Fullerton. Steps around the defender, tries to lay it in with the left hand. No. Couldn't get enough contact for the whistle. Brandis with it in the backcourt. Lob up the floor to Poland. On the right side, wants to lob to the rim, and it's a alley-oop lay-in for Luke Morgan. Stops the scoreless streak there for the Cavemen. A long two. Missed everything for Hunter Fullerton. Sub in for Grants Pass. Ivan Isley into the game for Cade Brandis. Mason Bennett will get into the backcourt. Marked by Boston Williams. As Grants Pass works against the press. Morgan brings it across the timeline. No look into the corner. A three by Isley. No. Bennett. Oh, that was touched by Bennett. He skied in over everybody. Looked like he tipped that away. But they say off of Roseburg. So it'll stay with Grants Pass on the baseline. At the left elbow. A couple of head fakes for Bennett. Goes to the right elbow. Pass back out to the left side. Isley dribbles back out to the top. Perimeter, left side of the floor. McLean now to the right side for Isley. Beyond the perimeter, marked by Oha. Face guarding there. To the left side, Poland with it. Grants Pass, they're very content to let this clock wear down. 3:28 and counting. Poland with it, out beyond the perimeter, marked by Mendoza. And that ball is tipped away. Mendoza will be the one that comes up with it. His pass was tipped. It went right to Oha. Up the floor. Fullerton head faked on the three. Got in the middle. His shot was short. Boston Williams with the offensive board and knocked to the floor with no whistle. And now a whistle in the backcourt. It'll be against Roseburg. So foul on the Tribe. It'll be the 16th foul against Roseburg. Jaden Jesse will come in for Jackson Poland. Foul was on Boston Williams, his first. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. We're going to go ahead and take the timeout as well. A 30-second break. This is Roseburg basketball, trailing 56-49 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
It's been a tough one tonight on the road for the Roseburg boys at Grants Pass High School. 56-49 the score. Grants Pass in front of Roseburg with 3:05 to go in the fourth quarter. Before we get back to the action, let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg basketball on the score. Grants Pass with the ball out of the Roseburg timeout. Cavemen will have it. Up the floor they go, breaking the press. Bennett gets it left side. Grants Pass can just work through their offense, and they don't have to try and force up any shots early. Roseburg chasing around the basketball. Bennett will hand it off the right side. They go to Poland at the wing. Lob into the middle. That ball just thrown right to the middle, and it's taken away by Mendoza. He'll try to race to the rim with the left hand. He finishes and gets a whistle. That's big for Roseburg there. Gets them back within 5 and a chance to cut it to 4. Roseburg with just 6 free throw attempts in this one. Grants Pass, though, had 7 in the first half, and that's all they've had in this game. So it's not been a lot from the charity stripe in this one tonight. Foul goes against Gavin McLean. Jackson Poland checked out of the game for Grants Pass. Mark Oha came out for Roseburg. I believe Carter Stedman came in for him. It's Micah Mendoza, the lefty, at the line. He'll hit. Missed his last 2 here in the fourth quarter. He makes it a 4-point game. Inbound for Grants Pass. Isley working through the middle of the floor. Pass to the far side to Brandis. Races up. Finds Luke Morgan in the middle. And he had contact. He throws it away up the floor. Roseburg. Micah Mendoza a catch. And he somehow gets it off the glass for 2 as he's trailing out of bounds. It's a 2-point ball game. 56-54. 2:15 to play. Roseburg putting the pressure on. The trap thrown up in the middle. Micah Mendoza has it. He'll get it to Hunter Fullerton. And a whistle out at the top. Roseburg's into the bonus. And Micah Mendoza will have a chance to try and tie this at the free throw line. And while one side may be a little bit upset with the officials, it appears the other side's just as upset. So I guess that's when you know you're doing a good job as official, if you've upset both sides. But the Grants Pass fans screaming after that whistle on Grants Pass to send Micah Mendoza to the line. The lefty tries to earn a second, will get the first. The second one coming, and a chance to tie the ball game. Tonight's contest brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op and by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. Peyton Bruner checks back into the ball game for the Cavemen. Second free throw here for Micah Mendoza to tie this one up. Short. Rebound, tipped around, and it's down to Grants Pass. It was Brandis that was able to steal it away on the rebound. Lob out to the top. Bruner with it, marked by Wilder. Minute 53 to go in the contest. 1-point ball game, 56-55, and a timeout taken by Grants Pass. All right, we got a ball game here, 56-55. Roseburg stormed back in the fourth quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Always a tough place to win. Heater Newman Gymnasium, the site for tonight's matchup. It has been a good game day atmosphere here. Tough for the visiting team, but Roseburg trying to quiet the crowd as they fought their way back within 1. A minute 47 to go after the timeout taken by Grants Pass. Roseburg pressing. Roseburg not yet into the penalty, but one more foul will get him there. In the middle, Bennett misses his bunny. Can't get it. A foul on Roseburg. Mason Bennett right in the middle. Point-blank range, couldn't finish. But Boston Williams on the fight for the loose ball gets whistled for the foul. That's his second. And now both teams are into the penalty. 1-and-1 opportunity here for Cade Brandis, who has not scored tonight. Brandis spins it in the left hand. The right-hander shoots. No. Fight for the loose ball. And it is Mason Bennett that comes up with it. He gets tied up in the corner, though. A whistle. A foul. Chase Wilder got his hands in there, and Roseburg fans trying to scream that he got called for a tie-up. And it's going to send Mason Bennett to the free throw line. Bennett is 1 of 2 at the line. Minute 32 left to go in this one. Bennett can't hit the first, and it's Wilder down with the rebound. Yeah, I've got it for his 5th of the night. A chance to take the lead for Roseburg. Stedman with it on the right wing. Roseburg will slow it down in the half court. 1:20 to go. Big possession. Mendoza comes out to the top. Stedman picks up the dribble, gets it to Fullerton on the right side. Behind the back dribble to the right elbow, picks it up there. Looks for the baseline and gets it down to Stedman. He'll draw it back out as Coach Humphreys hollering from the sideline. Down to a minute to play in this one. Roseburg and Grants Pass, 55-56 in the middle. Things almost got away from Jace Wilder, but he somehow got the basketball back and lays it in. 57-56, Roseburg in front. Bennett with it, goes right in the middle. His answer, no good. Boston Williams with the rebound. And a timeout taken by Roseburg. The Roseburg Indians down by as many as 14 in the third quarter, have stormed back to take a 1-point lead with 42.3 seconds left to go in the game. We'll take a 30-second timeout on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Exciting one here tonight. You always expect a little bit of fireworks. Roseburg battling back from a double-digit deficit here in the second half. They lead this one 57-56. They've got the possession. Both teams in the bonus. And there is 42.3 seconds left to go in the ball game. Roseburg had called the timeout. I don't know if I marked it for those that are watching online, so I'll go ahead and fire that real quick there. I believe they've got 2 left in this one. And Roseburg will have the basketball full length of the floor to go here. Got to imagine Grants Pass will be looking for the steal early. They don't have to foul early in this one. A lot of time left in this game if they can force Roseburg into a turnover or a miss. Mendoza has it. Roseburg facing the press and a whistle early. I don't think it was intended. Jackson Poland whistled for the foul. His second. Not sure that was what they wanted, but they send Micah Mendoza back to the line. Mendoza is 4 for 7 at the stripe tonight. He's a 72% shooter on the season coming into tonight's matchup. He'll go back to the line here to try and see if he can hit 1 and 1. Mark Oha will check out of the game. Jace Wilder back in. Mendoza, deep breath. Gotten a couple of words of encouragement from Boston Williams. He'll toe up on the line. Student section getting loud. Free throw no good. Rebound pulled down by Grants Pass. Now they've got a chance at the lead. Clock's not running. There it goes. 37.8 and counting. Rebound, or the ball worked around the perimeter. Left side. Bruner with it. To the far side. Isley. He'll drive. Pulls it back. Toss out to the top. McLean, left side, gets the runner. No, a whistle. Timeout before the shot by Grants Pass. Cavemen will take it. We're going to take our final timeout here as well. It is a 1-point game. Grants Pass in front on 541radio.com and on the, Roseburg's in front by 1 here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
Oh, big night here in the Southwest Conference. Roseburg at Grants Pass. You've also got South Eugene at Sheldon and South Medford at North Medford, and your crosstown rivalries there. But as we hit the final 30 seconds of this one, Cavemen basketball, they trail Roseburg by 1, 57-56, 22.4 to go. Cavemen will be inbounding from underneath their own hoop. Out to the top, McLean. They get it right side to Isley. A jab step, he pulls it out. Ball tipped away, nearly taken away by Roseburg. Bennett gets it in the corner. They double team. A jump pass underneath the Bruner. Back out. Bennett, a three for the lead. Off the mark, no. Rebound tipped around. Whistle. They're going to call Roseburg's Hunter Fullerton for the foul. He was the guy on the floor. And into the bonus. So it's a 1-and-1 here for Grants Pass. Foul was on Hunter Fullerton, his second. Substitutions in, Tyler McIntosh and Jackson Poland. At the free throw line, Cade Brandis. He missed, I think, on a 1-and-1 opportunity earlier. He's got a chance here to tie it up and take the lead. Roseburg's got a rebound on the miss. Shot up, no, underneath. That ball tipped out, touched. Last by Roseburg, tipped out of Micah Mendoza's hand, who was getting shoved in the back as he was trying to get in position to rebound that. So Grants Pass will have it with 5.2 to go in this one. Not a lot of time left. A chance to drop one last shot, and a timeout taken down on the floor by Grants Pass. We are going to keep it right here. It's a full timeout. We're going to keep it here for the finish of this ball game. Well, back at Robertson Memorial Gymnasium, they've wrapped up there. Grants Pass winning against Roseburg tonight, 46-17 in girls basketball. So the Roseburg girls will fall to 1-3 in conference play with that loss against the Cavemen, who were receiving votes in the most recent OSAA Today coaches poll. Whew, what a ball game we've been treated to here tonight. It's been a contentious one. The fans have been into it, let's say that. But nonetheless, a hard-fought game with both teams riding it down to the wire. Grants Pass and head coach Joel Jesse trying to draw up a play to get them the winning basket in this one. 5.2, the trouble here for Roseburg. A foul sends them to the line. It would still be a one. No, it might be a double bonus. Yeah, a double bonus on the next foul for Roseburg. So got to be real careful here. Roseburg wants to not foul, but they're going to call a timeout before the next inbound. So Roseburg will use a timeout here as well. I've got both teams with one timeout left. Whew. Oh, I pulled up the video stream. I want to say thanks to everybody that's been tuning in and watching with us here tonight. Looks like we've had a nice showing on the online video stream. And as always, appreciate everybody who has found our broadcast, however you may have. We encourage you to hit the subscribe button to be able to follow Roseburg High Sports throughout the calendar year on our YouTube channel there at 1490 The Score on YouTube. So if you would like to do that, you can hit the subscribe and hit the little bell notification button, and it'll let you know when we are live with local sports here in the Umpqua Basin. Tonight we're down in the Rogue Valley on the road in Southwest Conference play. All right, 5.2 seconds to go. Both teams out of the timeout. They stack it up for Grants Pass. Inbounding will be Ivan Isley. Looks to try and get it in, lobs it out to the top, to the right side of Bruner. 3 seconds, driving in from the free throw line. Contested shot, a putback attempt by Bennett. No, Roseburg's going to win. No whistle, and Grants Pass not happy with the finish, but the Indians steal one on the road. 57-56 your final, and Roseburg will go to 3-1 in conference play as they storm back and hold Grants Pass to just 4 points in the fourth quarter. Roseburg outscores them 16-4 in the fourth. What a finish here tonight. It's going to be one that's contested by the losing side. I think no matter how that one had finished out, I think you were going to have one side that's frustrated with how things work out here tonight. Roseburg will get the win, 57-56. And it is a big win, third in a row for the Roseburg boys here tonight. I want to say thanks to Andrew for helping out with the video broadcast tonight. Did a great job. Appreciate his help. We're going to take a post-game break and come back to wrap this one up with you here this evening. We'll see if he remembers. I talked to him about it before the game to see if Coach Jordan Humphreys would come join us live in the post-game show. Get my post-game interview with him out of the way early. But we'll see after a fantastic ball game there like that. We'll see if he remembers to come up here and join us in the post-game show. We'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll throw together our final stats on this one. And we will wrap this one up from Grants Pass High School tonight with you. I'm Joey Kieran. This is Roseburg Basketball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start?
Here, in the classroom.
On the stage.
In the pool.
On the field.
Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate!
Mountain Mike's. Pizza, the way it ought to be.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with a news review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Take a couple Tylenol. You need anything? Need money? You need money? Are you out of money?
Final score from Grants Pass High School. The Roseburg boys pick up a 57-56 win over Grants Pass. Grants Pass outscored 16-4 in that final quarter as Roseburg rallies back, takes the lead late in that ball game, and is able to hold on for the victory. Definitely a hard-fought win for Roseburg tonight, and definitely a well-earned victory. It got chippy on both sides, and the student section was large and loud here tonight. You could see some of the Roseburg guys waving goodbye as the final horn sounded as they were heading back to their bench. And hey, got to be careful of that. Everybody wants to be good sportsmen out there. I know it gets heated and competitive, but try and be good sportsmen on the road and head out under good terms. 14-point lead in that third quarter for Grants Pass, and Roseburg overcomes that. Again, outscoring Grants Pass 16-4 in the fourth quarter. At the end of three, it was 52-41, an 11-point deficit for Roseburg, and they are managed to overcome that here in the final period. What a comeback tonight for the Tribe. Might make up a little bit for the loss last year here at Heater Newman against Grants Pass when Roseburg was unable to get it in the last couple of seconds in that one. Looks like he might have remembered. I'm shocked that he did because that was a close finish, and I didn't expect that he might think of coming over here to join me. So there we go. We get a little lucky with get a chance to fire up a post-game interview here tonight with head coach Jordan Humphreys. We'll have him throw that on there and make sure that he can hear us and get us on there. You got me in your headset? Yeah, okay. All right, there we go. Head coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here. I was just saying on the I wasn't sure if you'd remember to come up and talk to me after quite a finish like that one there. Congratulations, Coach, on the victory tonight. That's a fun one. Fourth quarter, 16-4. You guys outscore them in the fourth quarter. What changed there?
We just talked about we got to have a little urgency here in the fourth quarter. Obviously, Mark hitting that three-pointer to go into the fourth was huge. Kind of gave us some momentum, and we just talked about, hey, this isn't the time to back off. This is the time to have some aggression. We were already in the bonus, and we talked about getting to the line and making the officials make some calls. And we got a few. But definitely the aggression, and especially on the defensive end, we turned it up. Guys were getting active with their hands. The officials were letting them play a little bit, and we got some great steals, some great rotations. We forced them into some quick shots. I know the score wasn't as high as scoring as what we liked, but they were still tired. We were still making them work every time with the press, bringing it up, and our guys got, I don't know how many, 6 defensive stops at the end of the game. So yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, it definitely was. We talked about pregame about, whose style is going to, whose style was going to win out here tonight. And obviously, like you said, it was a lower scoring game than what you guys are usually used to. It ties you for a season low at 57 points. What's important is obviously the victory. But did you feel like you guys were able to play your style at least enough here tonight, or who won that battle of the matchup?
Well, I can't tell you everything in pregame, Joey. And we started out the game in the zone because I figured their coach would be expecting us to come full court man like we have all game, and he hasn't seen anything else. And so we went 2-3 to start the game. Our guys were active, and we got a good lead early, and they were slowing the ball down because we were playing zone, and we got what we wanted out of it early. And then we got transition buckets when we needed them. At the end in the fourth, when we were getting the pitch ahead up the sideline, our guys were attacking and getting downhill, and we got some easy ones in transition. And even just those ones get them tired, right, when their defense and their big guys have to sprint back. And I think you see that at the end when they're missing bunnies, and they're missing 4 or 5 of them. I don't know what our excuse is for missing bunnies in the beginning of the game, but I think we still wore them down with making them sprint up and down the floor, even if we didn't get as many transition buckets. And you could see the adjustment they made. As soon as they made a bucket, then their guards will run into the sideline so that we couldn't get that pitch up the sideline.
How much do you feel like their defense affected you guys early? I mean, that's what we knew about Grants Pass coming into it. They're a good defensive team. How much do you feel like that kind of attributed to some of the tougher shooting you guys had here tonight?
Yeah, they're definitely a solid defensive team. They got good fundamentals. They got good athletes. They're long and they're strong, and they got great. Even their posts are great perimeter defenders, and they protect the paint pretty well. I don't know what we shot.
I don't have shooting statistics. I got scoring, but not shooting statistics. So
gotcha. Yeah. I don't know what our percentage was. I didn't feel like it was terrible.
Yeah.
But we definitely didn't take as many as we talk about usually taking. And but it's also great to see that we can win a low-scoring game and another tight one. We were down. I don't know what we were down 12.
I had you down for 14. Down 14 in the third quarter.
So down 14 and in a low-scoring game generally wouldn't be a style that we could come back from. And we talked about switching some things up defensively and made the correct changes, and guys responded.
Mason Bennett, I think he was the guy you had pointed out to in the pregame show, number 5 for Grants Pass, had a huge night with 26 points and at times was very unstoppable. Scores 11 in the first and the third quarters. Just the type of player he was and the challenges he presented to you guys.
He's a good, solid post, and when he got it inside, he got some easy ones. Actually, what killed us probably in the first quarter was we didn't block out in the zone, and obviously give him lots of credit for going to those boards, but we got him to miss some shots that we wanted, and then we gave up our boards, and he got some easy putbacks early. Actually, probably easy putbacks most of the game because we definitely didn't block out until the end like we had talked about.
Yeah, I was going to ask you last year that I know rebounding is always a big aspect of every game, and you guys have talked about it and worked about it. We've talked about it plenty. I know that Grants Pass poses a problem with the size that they had against you, but rebounding, it seemed like it was an issue for you guys, being able to get to those basketballs after misses tonight.
Yeah, and if you watch the film, we got guys shooting and standing and watching on the offensive end, and on the defensive end, they shoot it, and we got 4 guys blocking out and 1 guy not, and that guy happens to go get the ball. We talk about it all the time. It takes all 5 guys. You can't just block out. You can't just go get the rebound. You got to block out first and then go get it. But talking about rebounds, I don't know what you had for Jace, but I got him in my stat keeper. I double check him, but I got him upper 19s to 20.
That's way more than what I had. So yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, he
But
definitely rebounded hard.
I had him as my leader tonight.
Yeah,
so.
Micah was close to 10 as well. And so he definitely, that stretch in the third and the fourth, he toned it on defensively, and he found that aggressiveness, which kind of set the tone for the rest of the guys. And it's awesome when it's a different guy every night, right? Sometimes it's Carter going to get the boards. Tonight, it was Jace going to get boards and rebounding. And then obviously Micah had some great composure. Big game scoring for us tonight, and Fullerton followed him up with, I think, 15 or so.
Yep, we got Fullerton down with 15. We'll run through stats here in a moment. Coach, I'll wrap it up with you asking just how good does it feel to walk away from Heater Newman Gymnasium here at Grants Pass High School. It's a raucous place to play. Crowds were into it tonight. The student section brought it for Grants Pass. You know, going on the road's never an easy thing in the Southwest Conference. How good does it feel to walk away with a win here tonight?
It does feel great. We had some great fan support. We had some of our teachers come down and support us as well. We had Sestair.
I saw Sestair and Charles down there, and Yegi.
And
he's not a teacher yet. I called his games. He can't be an adult, so
yeah.
That's not fair yet.
So it's great to see them come down and support the guys, and obviously it's nice to reward them with the W. And obviously our fans travel well, and we had a ton of parents and all the JV and freshman parents stay and watch, and so our JV and freshman kids are into the game, and so we can kind of provide some quality volume to match the other team's student section, and so that's pretty fun too.
All right, Coach, we'll let you get going as the bus will be loading up here soon and heading back to Roseburg. Nice job tonight, and we'll see you guys coming up on Friday up at South Eugene.
Friday night.
All right, the Purple Pit waiting for us there. Coach Jordan Humphreys joining us here in the post-game show. Appreciate him, and we'll catch up with him coming up Friday before that Friday game against South Eugene. Let's run through the scoring here real quick. For Roseburg, leading scorer Micah Mendoza with 24. Then you had Hunter Fullerton with 15. Behind them, not a lot of points for anybody else. 4 points for Carter Stedman. Then you've got 3 points for Mark Oha, 3 points for Jace Wilder, 3 points for Boston Williams, and 3 points for Asher Vredenberg, 2 points for Owen Bentia. For Grants Pass, leading scorer in the game was Mason Bennett with 26. Then you had nobody else in double figures. 6 points for Ivan Isley, 2 for Gavin McLean, 7 for Peyton Bruner, 4 for Jackson Poland, 7 for Luke Morgan, and 4 for Jaden Jesse. Roseburg gets a 57-56 victory here tonight. They'll go to 3-1 in conference play, 13-3 overall. Grants Pass will go to 11-6 on the season, 2-3 in conference play. It's time now to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Tonight it's going to be Micah Mendoza with a team-high 24 points. A gritty performance for him. He comes alive with 8 in the fourth quarter to help Roseburg get back in front. Their Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game. Pizza the way it ought to be. And tonight's In the Paint rebound leader brought to you by Colorcraft, your leader in paint selection. They're a paint store, not a paint department. Is going to be Jace Wilder, as mentioned there by head coach Jordan Humphreys. He was in double figures with rebounds tonight. Jace Wilder, your In the Paint rebound leader. He'll be receiving a $10 gift card from Java Run. Coming up next for Roseburg, they'll be on the road at the Purple Pit in Eugene, taking on the South Eugene Axe coming up this Friday night at 7 o'clock. That means we'll have pregame coverage starting at 6:45, and you can catch it here on the Score. I want to say thanks to the Grants Pass Cavemen for welcoming us in here tonight. Want to say thanks to head coach Jordan Humphreys, athletic director Russ Bolin, and the entire Roseburg boys basketball team for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg basketball here on the Score. Thanks to Andrew for help with the video production here tonight. Big thanks to Abby Knight back in the studio with the radio production. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Keyran. We'll catch up with you guys Friday night when Roseburg visits South Eugene. Pregame at 6:45. You can catch the action online at 541radio.com or right here on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.